Hi, I'm TJ Ringer, and welcome to Johnnie Bennie Campus News, your news channel for updates on campus life and events. Sadly, this is our final episode of the year, but that's okay because we are going to take a look back on some of the big news stories of this year. But first, let's send it off to Peyton Nelson for sports.
Hi, I'm Peyton Nelson, and welcome to the final sports roundup of the year. The St. John's baseball team won their series over St. Olaf. The Johnnies won the first game 7-2 and the second game 10-3. These two wins would help the Johnnies clinch a spot in the MIAC playoffs. St. John's will head down to Minneapolis to take on Augsburg this weekend for the next game. The St. Ben's softball team is on a 5-game winning streak after winning their most recent game against Concordia Moorhead. The Bennies rank number 19 in the national poll and have a record of 25 wins and 5 losses. The Bennies will host St. Catherine's University this weekend. The St. John's track and field team won 8 events at the St. Thomas Invitational. Senior Brett Haug broke the SJU's program record in the javelin throwing competition. He would record a throw of 68 meters. The old school record was 67 meters, set in 2003. The Johnnies will head down to Northfield for the St. Olaf Invitational this weekend. The St. Ben's track team competed at the St. Thomas Invitational. Junior Fiona Smith broke the school's 1,500-meter record with a time of 4 minutes and 25 seconds. The Bennies will also be heading down to Northfield this weekend for the St. Olaf Invitational. St. John's tennis team ended their season with a loss in the MIAC semifinal to number 13th-ranked Gustavus. The St. Ben's tennis team lost a close match to Bethel. The Bennies would lose 5-4 to finish off their season. The St. Ben's lacrosse team won against Cornell College 13-3. This advances them to the MWLC title game against Lake Forest. That's all for this week's Sports Roundup. As always, best of luck to all our Johnnie and Bennie athletes competing. And before I sign off for the final time, I would like to thank our team here at Johnnie Bennie Media for helping me throughout my journey and making these past couple years memorable. I would also like to thank our viewers for tuning in for another year of sports news.
Thank you. Now let's roll the clips.
I'm Connor Williams.
I'm Connor Williams.
I'm Ellen Munschauer.
I'm Dominic Witt.
And I'm Dominic.
I'm Jakari Honeycook.
And I'm Jakari Honeycook.
I'm Elijah Brown.
And welcome to Johnnie Bennie Campus News.
Welcome to Johnnie Bennie Campus News.
And welcome back to Johnnie Bennie Campus News,
keeping you up to date on campus life and events.
Welcome to the Weekly Grind. On this week's show,
St. Joe ordinances are causing a stir-up in town as college students take the heat. Stay tuned for an exclusive interview with the police chief.
Also, CSB-SJU students are up in arms over the new confessions page as crushes and shenanigans are being revealed. Coming up, an interview with the CSB RA.
6 wrestlers are headed to nationals. Stick around to hear personal interviews with the 3 national bound seniors.
Campus news did not start out as campus news. In 2013, a group of students formed what they at the time called The Grind. It was a student-produced news show under Johnnie Bennie Media's old organization name, Project 8.
Extending the Lengths documentary, Diverse Bodies, Beautiful Minds, Voices of Disability Activism won the Public Affairs and Community Service Award. Johnnie Bennie Media won for its music video, Where Is My Mind, performed by Collegeville Dropouts, and junior Nick McGrain won for his video essay, For the Sake of a Single Poem with George Marr.
This past weekend, the St. John's wrestling team competed in the North Country Open. Juniors Ben Gilbertson and Hayden Lamons both finished at second place at the tournament. The Johnnies will head to Itasca for their first dual match of the season.
Dr. Brian Brees started his educational career at St. Norbert College in De Pere, Wisconsin. After receiving his degree in psychology and sociology, he went on to receive his master's and PhD in college student personnel. After a long career in higher ed, including a presidency at St. Norbert, he was appointed the first joint president of the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University. I sat down with him to talk about his life, the joint presidency, and what it means for the student community. I'm Elijah Brown, and this is JBCN, The Sit Down.
Hi, I'm Peyton Nelson. Welcome to this week's sports headline here at Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Unfortunately, the Minnesota Timberwolves suffered a loss to the Washington Wizards, 114-106. The Wolves will look to bounce back as they take on the Charlotte Hornets Friday, February 24th, here at Target Center, Minnesota.
Last week, on Thursday, students on both campuses were both shocked and delighted to see the northern lights above them.
We also asked members of the CSB and SJU community to send their northern lights pictures. Here's a few.
That's all for this year. Be sure to tune in next time for updates on campus life and events.